Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories here, and today we are looking at Disney's recent film, Encanto. The biggest mystery of this film was of course the magical candle and why for some reason it didn't choose Mirabel. Well, today we're going to be diving into what the candle's true meaning is and whether Mirabel has a gift or not. But before we go any further, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new Disney videos. The film's whole premise is all about Abuela receiving a candle from her late husband and it gaining a miracle of powers which gives each future generation individual gifts except from Mirabel. But I think the reason is not because it just didn't choose her or anything like that, but that she can't receive the gift because she is the candle herself. Now, I mean that symbolically and literally. Let me explain. The reason the candle is a miracle is that it saved the village people when they were attacked by creating a new place for them, guarded by mountains and giving gifts for future generations. However, almost an exact same thing happens by the end of the film. The village begins falling apart through different cracks, and eventually the candlelight that has been lit for 3 generations fades away, leaving the house completely destroyed and everyone losing their gifts. However, when the house is rebuilt, the gifts are returned by the end of the film, and it is done so without any candle, but rather through Mirabel, who returns explaining what family is like, and by symbolically using the front door as a way to enter her gift, which appears to bring everyone's gifts back. Now, whether you want to say this is symbolically the same with the first time with the gifts coming because of the candle, and this time it was because of Mirabel, or they are literally the same and the candle is now Mirabel, it's up to you, but you can't deny the similarities. And this film is filled with parallels between the candle and Mirabel, and to find out more, let's look at some of the other gifts we see and what they do to a person. To access a gift, when a child reaches a certain age, they go through a ceremony where they enter a new room in the house that is filled with their power. Flowers, animals, big empty spaces for visions, you get the ideas. And these new gifts tend to represent the person's personality traits and part of their family. The mother has healing powers similar to how mothers are generally more caring. Luisa is strong and feels like she is carrying the weight of her family's troubles, like how an older sister does. And Isabella is perfect, so her gift is everything is perfect and bright, like pink roses. This trend is the same for all the characters with the gifts, so let's question what the candle's gift actually is. The candle came as a miracle in a time of need, and it provided hope and unity for Alma's new family with her recently having triplets, with the added bonus of giving them miraculous gifts. As we discussed earlier, Mirabel is exactly like this. Even though her family tends to ignore her, she goes to far lengths to be close with everyone in her family and doesn't try letting the fact that she is the odd one out get in the way. And in times of trouble, she brings hope and unity for the family when everything goes wrong. Let's next look at the design for all the characters, as these tend to hint towards the gift a person has. Isabella wears a pink dress with flowers on it, which is the same as her gift. Bruno wears green and has a hooded cloak similar to those of wizards and witches who tell prophecies, and how green is the same colour as we see the prophecies come as. The same also goes for Antonio, where his favourite thing is animals, and Mirabel even gives him a toy animal for good luck before he gets his gift of being able to communicate and live with animals. Which, on a side note, Mirabel literally gives Antonio an animal toy before he gets animal powers. Like, if that's not a sign that she isn't connected to the candle which gives the gifts, I don't know what is. So, let's come to Mirabel's outfit, which fittingly is filled with butterflies. There are butterflies on her dress, on her skirt, in her hair, on her bedroom walls. Even when she's young, she has a bow that creates the outline of a butterfly. And when all hope is lost, before Mirabel comes and saves the day, what does she see in the vision that comes to help her later on? None other than a yellow butterfly. And of all symbols to be on the candle, what is it? None other than a butterfly. But it goes even deeper, because it isn't just Mirabel who has no powers in the family. To our knowledge, Abuela Alma also has no gift. She only accepted the candle and then used it to pass gifts on to her children. And what's interesting is the similarities between Mirabel and Alma's age. Mirabel is 2 generations down from Alma, being her youngest granddaughter. And it isn't exactly confirmed how old Antonio is, but we're told that Mirabel's was the last ceremony before his, and that took place several years before. So it isn't a stretch to say that Antonio is 3 generations down from Alma and the start of the next generation. Now this is important as most families don't get to 4 generations in one go. Usually you only get your grandparents and not great-grandparents. And we could say the magic works in the same way. It can only last a full person's lifetime, so by the end of the 3rd generation, the magic in the candle must be passed on, which is why Mirabel doesn't have any powers, as she is the equivalent of what Alma was originally. Alma was just the holder of the magic, but since she didn't know anything about magic when she started, the magic was kept in a candle. When the candle is gone, Mirabel already knows about the magic, so she doesn't need a physical object like a candle for the magic to work. Instead, it just goes through her as it lives on through the family. And what's interesting is the candle seems to know this from the beginning, that its powers would be passed on from being in the hands of Alma to Mirabel. Firstly, Mirabel claims she doesn't get a special room because she doesn't have a gift, but that's because she doesn't need to. The room that she first gets already fits with the symbol of butterflies like on the candle. And who is there when the candlelight finally goes out? Not anyone who has a gift, but Mirabel. And you can see the candles thinking into this, as Mirabel kind of introduces the next phase in the magic. When Alma had the candle, she only just introduced the gifts, and the people were just kind of stuck with them. Mirabel, however, shows how everyone's gifts can be used in a variety of ways to help a person find out who they truly are. The biggest example of this is Isabella, who thought her life had to always be perfect with pink and purple roses, but it's through Mirabel that she realizes flowers aren't always perfect and come in many different shapes and sizes, like cactuses. And is it a coincidence that as soon as the power starts fading on the candle, it's Mirabel who starts to notice the cracks? And there's a reason why Bruno visioned this from years before, because it was already planned all along. So, is Mirabel the candle, and is that her gift? Well, I'd say yes. Whether you want to believe she literally is the embodiment of the candle, or she just represents the candle when it's gone, is up to you, but I think this finally shows what Mirabel's gift truly is, and tells us why she never got one in the first place. It's because she already had it. But anyway guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, do you agree with me? Do you think all of these parallels hint towards Mirabel being the candle? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments and any other theory ideas you have. And as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.